Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday, Thursday. Lord have mercy, child. We are quickly approaching springtime, y'all. This month is literally, well, we got 2 more days. 28th is Saturday. It's almost over now, child. Got to get some springtime weather. Thank God for that, because I am so ready for some springtime weather. Well, hello and welcome, everybody. Thank y'all for popping in on the live to catch the vibe. To my moms, hello and welcome. Thank y'all so much for always popping in. Greatly appreciate y'all so much. Miss Marissa says, good afternoon, squad. Y'all know what it is. It's a G thing. Get in here. Come on in the room. Close the door, grab a snack, a seat, and let's chat it up. House rules, no CC's names, initials only. Use creative spelling for curse words. Over here, we agree to disagree. Respect for discourse. Only all is alleged and in our opinion. This has helped us grow. Tap the like, subscribe, support. $ G Strickland A super chat, super sticker, share, join for $2.99. If you see the hype button, hype it up, hype the video up. Hit it, pushes up in the algorithm. Thanks. Hey, Miss Faith. Hey, Miss Sonia. How y'all doing today? Welcome. Thank y'all for popping on up in here, honey. Child, we popping in for a little bit, child. See what's gonna be going down, child. It is what it is. Um, but yes, shout out to everybody. Y'all come on in, come in, come in. Um, child, it's the most young people. We ain't gonna have no young people left in a few minutes, y'all. Prayers up to the started off with this one. Prayers up to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Star Mary Cosby's son, Robert Jr., dead at 23. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Mary Cosby's son. Yeah, he's. But it doesn't tell what the cause was of his no longer being here. I'll say it like that. Um, so sad at 23. Child, you can have heart attacks and all that kind of stuff that's going on at 23. Never know. Um, we don't know how we're gonna leave, but hopefully it was just by natural cause or something on that sort, or hopefully. But yes, prayers up to her and her family. Losing a son at such an early age, you know, that is really sad. Life just beginning for him. He looked just like his mama, though. I mean, I don't know who his daddy is, but I'm just saying. Miss Maria says, she says that Faith has the hardest working sister in the chat today. Child, I think I done about booted Miss Faith out. I run around. I tell y'all all the time, I wish I had a twin sometimes. Miss Faith, you ever be wishing you had a twin? When you gotta work and go run around and do this and do that and get that done and it seems like nobody else can do it but you. Child, I be wishing for me a sure enough good twin. Look like, sound like I need all of that. All of it. Miss Maria says, Sonia, hey friend, where in the world is Carmen Santiago today? How's dad doing? Yes, Miss Sonia, how's your dad doing? Hope all is well with him on this good day, child. We getting some good old rain today, y'all. It's a real good lazy day, but it is really raining out here today. But y'all come on in and get down here in this chat, engage, interact, comment. You want to pop up on the screen, let your girl know, and we can make that happen. All I ask is, you're gonna have to pop that camera on real quick, and because we got to make sure you're a real person, because all the craziness be popping out here. Child, let somebody up and they got the Weeder Walker out and all that kind of stuff, like you was really waiting to see that. But that part right there. Um, we got sunshine in the 50s today. We ain't got no sunshine, honey. We got some rain going on. It's supposed to be in the 50s, but it's still, it's been raining steady off and on today. Kind of heavy at times. Yeah. But y'all, let's jump on into some little taste of Kenya more, honey. Lord, these women down there in Atlanta want to be living above their means and all that kind of stuff. when I get through reading over this, I'm gonna need to know where her friends at. You know, the real friends that should have stepped in and probably helped her with this before it got to this point. We need to talk about that, child. We're expecting rain in the next 2 days. Oh, y'all must get what we had, something on that level. Um, Kenya Moore. It says Kenya Moore's business entity, Moore Vision Media, was recently ordered by a Georgia judge to pay $87,976 to settle a dispute over unpaid rent and utilities at her Atlanta base. Girl, how much is the light bill down there, hon? Girl, huh? What? Let me keep reading. It says the court ruling details the following financial obligations. Initial installments, Moore was ordered to pay $43,988 by late February 2026. Child, she ain't got 2 more days. It says the second installment, an additional $43,988.67 is due by late March 2026. Ongoing rent. The company must continue to pay approximately $5,500 per month in rent until it vacates or the matter is fully resolved. Girl, where that U-Haul truck at, y'all? Where is the U-Haul? Child, I'd have told that man I'm out. I'm out. Mm-mm. Ooh, child. This is not even including her mortgage, her car. Let me keep reading. The dispute began in October 2025 when the landlord, Northland Chambly LLC, sued Moore, alleging that rent payments ceased in December 2024, while Moore denied the allegations, claiming the landlord failed to complete promised priority improvement. The judge ultimately sided with the property owner. Child. Recent reports indicates that situation has escalated further. The landlord filed for a right of possession on February 24th, 2026, alleging that Moore missed the first court-ordered payment deadline of February the 19th, which could lead to immediate eviction. Would you like to see this specifically? Child, no wonder she crying. 43,000. Let's see what y'all got to say down here. Mm. I'm home. It's a rainy day. He's on oxygen, resting, still at hospital. Prayers up for your dad, Miss Sonia. Prayers up. I think I read rent is 5,005. Yes, Miss Maria, 5,500 a month. And Sonia says Kenya hasn't paid rent since 2024. Child, she must thought she just ain't got to do nothing. And gonna let her stuff reside up in there. Child, that's making it worse. Random, if y'all get a chance, go see New Edition Boards to Men, Tony Braxton tour. It is fire. Yeah, you did go on a didn't you, Miss Maria? How was your trip? Miss Saint says, Maria, I watched it on YouTube. Oh, is it on YouTube? I have to check it out. But yeah, this Kenya situation right here, child, this just goes to show how you can be on top of the world one day and not the next. Where is Kenya supposed to be getting all this money from, y'all? Does she even have a job right now? Does she have a source of any kind of income? She's not on the show no more. She's not running this business. What is Kenya? Child, Kenya house might be in foreclosure. She might very well be in foreclosure. Mm. It seems like we're all maybe she should have become really good friends with Candy Barris or something, y'all. Maybe Candy could have gave her a little loan to help her out of this situation. Um, sign all legal documents that needed to be signed. Child, where she gonna get a job at, y'all, that's gonna be able to pay her the money that she needs, and she still have a little left, mm, and she still have some money left over. I did hear that Britt Edie was gonna sue her, but she later took it off the table and all of that. Child, she could have been facing jail charges and all kinds of stuff. Child, Lord have mercy. Whew. I just got tired just thinking about that and talking about Kenya and this here court situation and all this stuff, child. The weight of the world is probably, she feel like she got the weight of the world on her shoulder right now. She don't know which way to go and what to do and who to turn to. She can't help she by Sheree, and she by Sheree can't help her. The blind leading the blind, child. What is these women gonna do down in Atlanta, child? They aging, they getting older, their bodies ain't like it used to be. I mean, what they gonna do? Miss Maria says Kenya knew this was a possibility, and she should have been preparing for this possibility. Yes, absolutely. But when she saw, first of all, I heard a lot of people like, we're gonna use Destiny for an example. When she wanted to go in there and down in Huntsville and knock walls out and put up this and put up that, if that is not your business, is that is not your building, not the business, but the building. That is not a wise choice to do, because you go in there and remodel somebody else's building. They could put you out at any time. Not unless you got some legal documents stating that y'all agreed and da 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 and put it all out there and all that kind of stuff. That's a different ball game. But to just go in there and just because you renting the building and you be like, oh, I want to tear this wall down, I want to do that. You just can't do that. You just cannot do that. You can be sued and all kinds of stuff behind tearing up somebody else's building because you wanted to look a certain way. You can't do that. Child, for all this money Kenya is facing, child, she could have went somewhere about her little building, had it remodeled. It would have been hers. But the oldest man, all that kind of money, child, just so you can to have that look like lifestyle. Look at Sheba Sheree down there building swimming pools and everything else. Ain't paying nobody down there. And now you in a neighborhood where you thought you could be able to child the house. The house Sheree got is laid. I ain't gonna take it away from her. Can't take it away from her. She got about anything you can need in that house, child, that you would normally go outside to get. But if she had intentions that I'm gonna build this bar inside my house and I'm gonna rent it out. Well, you just can't just pop up in there and with that homeowners fee and all that kind of stuff, homeowners association and all that kind of stuff. People ain't dealing with that. Hey, Miss Loyalty, hey, Miss Carla, what y'all talking about? We talking about Kenya Moore and all this money she owe, Miss Carla. They can put you out, especially if you ain't paying rent. When I was renting business space, I just had to agree to paint the walls back to the original color. Absolutely. And you can do that in apartments as well. If you want to change the color in that apartment, but before you move out, it has to go back to what it was when you bebopped up in that joint. But child, them folk down in Atlanta is in a hot mess. Do y'all see Kenya getting back on TV, making the money that she was making? I don't know. Maybe she do have the money, but she just don't want to get up off of it yet, or whatever. Maybe she's saying I'm gonna hold on to this money and just let them slap that judgment on me or something, child. I don't know, but this is a lot of money. Miss Marie says, "Hey, Carl, hey neighbor." Miss Saint says, "Hi, Loisy." That is a lot of freaking money going on, honey. I was sitting here trying to figure out who can help them. Not back on road. Lord have mercy. I'm sure that her and Sheba Sheree probably wishing that somebody in the group would just do a TV show and have them up there or something. But they still probably wouldn't be making the money that they was making when they was up there with Andy Cohen. They probably won't never ever be able to make that type of money again. And here they is out here stuck like that. Child, y'all better sell them houses. Go on down there and rent your little 1 bedroom apartment. Enough space for you and your daughter, honey. And call it a day. Just be done with it. Stop trying to impress them folks. Miss Carla says, can you turn your house into a boutique and sell your clothes? She better get to doing something, child. Ooh, they better sell them wigs, them bags, them shoes. And you know what the sad part about it? All the money that they spent into that stuff, they will never be able to get that money. Ain't nobody about to pay them that kind of money for that stuff. You sell for a $1,500 bag, you want $250 for it? See how they're gonna be trying to cut the price? Miss Marissa says, Ken, you better sell that house before old boy put a lien on it. Ooh. Mm. Miss Carla says, I will be back. Yeah, it sounds like she's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Um, there's no way she can go. She can't run from this. She's gotta face it. She's literally gotta face this. She can't get out of this. Ooh, child, why did you stay there and keep your stuff in this man's building all that long time? Honey, you could have got when you saw that the vision that you had was not the vision and it was not going to work for you. Baby, you should have got that U-Haul truck, laid your pride down in the back of that U-Haul truck, pulled that joker up there and loaded it up and got that bullshiggity up out of that place, and you wouldn't be in all this debt you in now. Why is you still in this man's building even as of right now? That's the crazy part. Mm, 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 mm. Child, maybe they got an ace in the hole. Maybe they know somebody that we don't know. Maybe they know something, child. I don't know, child. That man about ready to auction her child off to get his money. He is really ready to auction his child off to get that money, to get his money from her. But rightfully so. Um God bless Kenya, child. That's a lot of money. I hope she got somebody that's gonna come through, be willing to take the risk and help her out of this situation she's in. But at the same time, Kenya, you gotta go get a job, baby. You gotta get a job. And just because somebody come through and save you, you gotta pay them back out. That's a lot of money, y'all. She gotta pay them all that money back. Then you gotta worry about making your mortgage payment and all that other glamorous stuff you gotta have down there. I mean, ooh. Sometimes when you think you be going through, child, just know it's always somebody in worse shape than you is, honey. Going down through there, for real. But hands up for her. I hope she figured this out, and maybe she can go take out a loan or something, child. I don't know. Take out a second mortgage. She better take out a second, third, fourth, fifth, however many they allow her to get, child. The dig herself up out of this, but at the same time, it goes back to what's your income? How you gonna pay this back? That's what's gonna always fall back to. But yeah, prayers up to her, child. Ain't got no more for her. But anyway, child, did y'all see Carlos or King of Beyond gonna mention Mel and Martell in the mix of talking about King and Quad? I wanted to slap Carlos. I said he missed Mel. He miss her. Think everything is funny when it's not. Bald headed mofo him. Carlos King has mentioned. Shout out to her to Anonymous T. Not child. Let me see. Her ex got sued for basically the same thing last year. Uh, Miss Dorothy, Miss Dorothy, hello, beautiful. How are you? Oh, Miss Dorothy, not again. She says, hello, G and everyone. I miss y'all so much. I've been going through grief, but I miss y'all. Love y'all so much. Miss Dorothy, I miss you too. We all miss you. So glad you popped in to say hello. Oh my God. I'm so sorry that, prayers up to you and your family, Miss Dorothy. Prayers up to you and your family. Just know that God is a big God. Well, Mel ain't missing him. No, Mel is not missing him, not at all. Miss Dorothy, I'm so glad to see you today. And I know you've been going through a lot, but just know that God don't put no more on us than we can bear. And sometimes it seems like, oh my God, how much more? How much more? And when you be thinking and going through stuff and got stuff on your plate that you got to deal with and handle and all that, sometimes it make you feel like you're losing your breath. Child, that's when you got to keep digging your heels in, keep digging your heels in. I'm talking to myself too, y'all. Miss Marissa said, Dorothy, hey, my friend, we have missed you and have kept you in our prayers absolutely all the time over here, Miss Dorothy. Um, I'm so happy to hear your voice. I just need y'all prayers. You got our prayers, Miss Dorothy. We do. I be shouting you out though, Miss Dorothy. When I come up here, I be shouting you out and praying for you and your family. But it's so good to see you pop in today. That just made my day. I know even though you're dealing with grief, that lets me know that you are okay. That part. Uh, she says, "Hey, my friend Maria, love and prayers." Yes, absolutely. But yeah, I don't know what that could have been all about with Carlos. Could have been some old shots fired. Y'all know how he do some of that stupid stuff that he likes to do. uh, Trying to be funny. It could have been that situation, but they thought they was gonna win. They didn't win that award thing. I think they said Steve Harvey got that. But hey Sonya, love you guys. Prayers and loves, Miss Dorothy says, Miss Sonya. But yeah, they're not gonna never go nowhere because they're not doing right. I'm still been sitting here trying to figure out how did Mel and Martell even get in that equation, y'all. That was dumb. Mel and Martell. And he said it with confidence and boldness. Dustin, I'm starting not to like you too. You always sitting there thinking something is funny when it's not funny. That won't funny. CK was asked about producing with couples who have split. Did he couldn't think of nobody else other than Mel and Martell though? That was the only people he could think of. Mel and Martell. But Lee's. I'm pretty sure he could have thought of some other people, honey. Shoot, he could have used Evelyn and her husband. They split, allegedly. He in one room, she in the other room. I say that's split. To me, y'all, that's split. No, let me stop playing. But yeah, he could have used anybody. He had to boldly. Mel and Martell. I said, no, he didn't just call her name out like that. I don't know. Child, I be trying to figure out why Mel didn't put muzzles on these folks' mouth and all that kind of stuff. Don't mention my name. Don't say my name. Don't even say, don't, just don't. Don't. But, we don't, some things we just not supposed to understand, I guess, child. I don't know, but mm, I just look at it as him trying to be funny. Then we're talking about Quad and King, Nick wanting to interview together. Oh, not wanting to interview together. Then he brought up Mel and Tia. Miss Doctor says they are trying to mess with Mel head, but it's not going to work. God got Mel. Absolutely, Miss Dorothy. Still trying. It's bad that the people we come in contact with that comes off as nice and kind and lovable and all of that in the beginning, but turn out to be nothing but the holy devil in the end. And you be like, my goodness, just go away. Just leave me alone. Don't say my name. Keep my name out your mouth. Go away. Stop bothering me. Stop bothering me. That's all you want me to do is just stop bothering you. I don't say your name. You don't say my name. Everybody good. But some folk can't do that. They're gonna try to poke you, poke you, poke you, and poke you any kind of way that they can. They're gonna continue to try to do that to get because they want your attention. They just want your attention. You giving it to everybody else. Why I can't have a little bit of your attention? Why? Child, they be doing the most, child. Mm. Maybe he thought if I say her name, she gonna call me tomorrow. He probably still sitting there looking at the phone. She ain't called me not yet. She'll call me before the day's over with. Child better go on over there and finish psyching up Tuna Cat head, making her thinking she popping somewhere on that show. Boy, I tell y'all the truth. That's sad. When they gonna take this show off the TV? When? How much longer? Oh my God, ratings is through. Ain't going nowhere. Let me stop talking about that. But y'all, we gotta continue to keep Romecka's name out there, y'all. They have another court hearing on the March the 3rd, and we got to keep saying her name, speaking her name, yelling her name, screaming her name, helping this family to get justice for her daughter. Nothing that it's gonna bring her back. It's not gonna bring her back, but just to say her name. Don't let it die down. Don't let it get cold. Keep speaking her name. Justice for Romecka, and Shanquilla and Tyrone as well too. But yes, justice for Romecka. Her family has, there's so many times that these people could have came out and retaliated and did all kinds of crazy, crazy stuff, child. They could have did the most, child. But thank God that these people are able to go. It's a test, y'all. It's a test, and I'm sure it's a lot of talking, a lot of praying. Thank you, Miss Dorothy, Pink Hearts for Romecka. I'm sure it's a lot of talking, a lot of praying, and all of that kind of stuff um, to keep people from going to jail. Because if they retaliate, that's what's going to happen. They're going to end up in jail. Praying for Mary, who lost her only son. Yes, Miss Faith, we spoke, sent her some prayers up a few minutes ago when I came on. Miss Maria says justice for Romecka. Yes, justice for Romecka. I don't know why them people over there keep telling that girl she gonna be getting out. She gonna this, she gonna that. But let me tell y'all this. I was looking at Latasha, what that girl name was. She killed the pastor. Because the pastor, she was dating the pastor for 2 years, and that pastor sent her a text and told her they whatever was coming to an end. And she went on a lie to Pastor Hun. Um, See, what they don't think about is, you're driving from one city to another city, premeditated. You're thinking, you got time to think. You got time to turn yourself around, go back to the house, all of that kind of stuff. Well, I sat there and I watched where, she was asking for the mercy, child, mercy at the court, and all of that stuff, child, asking for, um, apologizing to the families and all of that kind of stuff, honey. But it ain't fun when that judge tell you got to pull 20 plus years. 20 plus. And they said what really made this lady pull the trigger was because the man would not walk her to the car, honey. She drove to the man's house. She had went out to eat with the man's wife. All of that stuff. But because that man wouldn't walk her to the car, she took the pow and unloaded the clip on him. So I said that to say, you know, poor Harley don't realize her life is over. It's over, honey. The autopsy report says this is over with for Harley, child. This child right here, she don't even stand a chance. None. Miss Doctor said she going to jail. No, Harley going to prison. Harley gonna be in prison for the rest of her life. She already over there in Cook County Jail. No, she needs to go to prison. How dare you let this foolish man that ain't even thinking about you now out there making babies and doing all kinds of stuff he want to do out there? with another female and all that kind of stuff. There you is sitting in jail with the handcuffs on. Girl, you got to go to the bathroom with cuffs on. What? Wait, did you say she had dinner with the man's wife? Yep. Mm-hmm. She went out. And that lady, the man's wife, I don't know what kind of man it was. Hey, my sweet, beautiful. But the man's wife testified on what's that lady name? I just looked at it a while ago. Um, um, make sure I got this turned down. Woman accused of shooting Memphis pastor and his wife testifies on her behalf. Yeah, she's sitting out there with all them tears and all of that stuff. But yeah, she had they gave her a good 20 plus years. But I won't understand it. The wife got wounded in that situation as well. But I don't understand why the pastor's wife testified on her behalf. So what kind of pastor was that? He was a gigolo. Is that what he was out there doing? John, she said, let me go ahead and let you go meet your maker. Oop, I ain't mean to say that. Miss Maria says, my sweet, hey girl, hey, how you feeling today? Child. My sweet hanging in, child. She hanging in. But yes, so Holly is not believing that she's gonna get. She might get life. It's a possibility that this girl ends up with life in prison. No years, life. No possibility of parole at all. I'm fine. I guess she said I'm fine that you I guess how about you maybe? Had me something like Miss Maria says maybe the wife had enough of his cheating ass. Ooh, that's a possibility. But it sure is out there on the YouTube, child, that the wife testified on the behalf of the mistress, honey. And the mistress was married too. But she said that the man didn't treat her like she thought she should have been treated. I don't know. Crazy. Miss Light says, hello everyone, working, not twerking. I ain't playing, I'm praying. Well, why don't you just come on through here then and drop it like that then? Ooh, Miss Salt and Light ain't playing today, y'all. Miss Sonya says, hi, my sweet and Salt and Light. Child, oh my goodness. But yeah, it ain't gonna be funny no more. She's been in jail ever since December the 3rd. We all wishing that she would have had something that was snapped and she just go ahead and tell the plot, the plan, who played a part and all that kind of stuff. But as of yet, we have not heard of any of that. Miss something like talking about some bam, LOL. I ain't messing with you today. I ain't about to mess with you today. But let all of them go. Let this go ahead on and be a RICO charge. All y'all going to jail because it is what it is. But like I said, some time ago, there was a hit on her head, and there was no way that she could get around it because we know that people are standing in your face every day and grinning your face, and the whole while they plotting to take your life just like that. My sweet says, "Hello, Sonya. Please give my grandparents a hug for me." Mm-hmm. Plotting to take you right on up out of here. These people, this family right here, they really got to get justice for her mama and that little boy child. That little boy, that is so sad, y'all. That is so sad. So sad. Mm, 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 mm. And the saddest part about it is it has not even been a year as of yet. I can only imagine what September the 8th, if God allows us to live and see, gonna be like this year. The internet probably gonna explode and all kinds of stuff. But it's just some cruel people on this internet. They don't have no remorse. Still trying to paint that girl out as a bad person. I don't know what they think that's gonna do to help Holly in the courtroom. That ain't gonna help her. Ain't nothing gonna help her right now. I mean, she might get a day off for sentencing, but she might well go ahead and tell the people what she know. What you holding it for? That fool going on by his business. Out there still being on the low low. That's what the people said. I ain't said y'all. Still being on the low low. And if that's your lifestyle, that's what you want to do, let it be known. Stop risking people's lives because of your actions and what you want to do in the dark. What's done in the dark always come to the light. That's a known fact. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's just out here but wild and I haven't seen him on the Facebook like he was in the beginning when all of this happened with Romecka. Maybe somebody told him, look here, buddy, I don't know what you were thinking, but your ass about to go to jail too. You going to prison, dude. Maybe he's on somewhere scared and probably crying. Nobody don't care. Nobody do not care. All you had to do was leave her alone. You go your way and she go her way. How he gonna have Holly out here pregnant, prego, but don't want Romecka to move on with her life? How is that work? How is that supposed to work for him? Child of control. You got a whole nother girl and she pregnant, but I can't go move on with my life. You just think I'm supposed to be sitting over here waiting on your dusty, dirty mm, to come over here when you get no. That's Russian roulette all day long. Miss Saint says, at my suite, okay, dad is in the hospital on oxygen and he's resting. Mm. Prayers dad is gonna be just fine, honey. He gonna be just fine. But yeah, that's just weird to me. I just be like, how they just gonna put demands on you like that and they just go off and do what they want to do. It's right there in your face. Yeah, she pregnant. Yeah, it's supposed to be mine. What you gonna do? You better not go out there and be with nobody else. You better not date. Come on, y'all. That is crazy. Mm. But a lot of people were saying, why her family, her brothers and them didn't step in. Step in and do what? Step in and do what? The only person could have fixed that or tried to have fixed that was her. And she tried, but it was a little bit too late. But if her family would have stepped in, whether it would have been brothers or sisters would have stepped in, they would end up in jail. 9 times out of 10, they would have ended up back together again. It was an off and on, off and on, off and on relationship till now it's just off. My prayers is for him. He will be fine. Yes, Miss Sonia, dad gonna be fine. But yeah, she tried, but she just tried too late. Family can't save her. Child, y'all be more careful with this dating thing out here today, honey, because it's rough out here. It's dangerous out here. You never know who you're getting hooked up with. Keep your circle small, child. Don't be trying to make no new friends out here on the streets. And that includes the YouTube streets, because the YouTube streets is ugly too. The YouTube street is so ugly, y'all. Well, Carlos's friend, Quadre, y'all probably heard me mention his name. He was the one that was putting out all those videos about Romecka, making her look bad and all this and all of that kind of stuff, child. Um, I always said that dude looked like something was wrong with him. Something was not right with him. But he got involved with this lady on the internet, on the YouTube, y'all. And the last court date that Romecka them had, December the 3rd, I think it was. No, January. What month we in? The last one, I think it was in this month. They spent some time together. Child, when I tell y'all, he 29 and the lady was 40. That's a red flag right there. Why do I want to date a 29-year-old? Huh? Child, when I tell y'all that boy done came out here on the YouTube street this week and done put out all the business out there, done put out all the business, child. Told her she used him as a sex slave and all kinds of stuff. Said she had rats, roaches, and dog poop and pee all through the house. Ooh, child. He was just ooh, child. Mm. I'm talking about going on a live, putting out all this stuff about that lady, child. And he was live last night. I was listening to it. She jumped up on the line. She kept calling and kept calling. He had on the block list. Then she called private and he answered. And it was her. You listen stupid. You know he on live. Everybody gonna hear what you're saying. What is you doing, lady? I was like, the way he was talking and yelling and screaming, I said he don't like her at all. Now this is Carlos's ace buddy, y'all. Is one of his friends, but he claimed they ain't friends no more for whatever reason. But honey, he put that girl out there, this 40-year-old woman, out here on that YouTube street like that. And she up there yelling and screaming, trying to, well, why you keep saying I handcuff you to the bed? Why you say I handcuff you to the bed? Now I was like, lady, let it go. Take your loss. How they said, take your shit and go on. He not interested in you. You more interested in him than he is with you. She's a nurse, y'all. She's a registered nurse. Why would I get up here on this YouTube street yelling and screaming with you and jeopardizing my profession and all that kind of stuff? No, I'm not about to do that. Say whatever you want to say because you never know who's listening in the background on these YouTube lives and all that kind of stuff. Child, they went on and on last night for over an hour and he was steady dragging it. I was like, my goodness. He put that that young buck put that thing. Child, I think she put that thing on her. And he put it on the child. Miss Maria talk about cougars need love too. Child, that is true. Miss Something like says, when I was dating, the first person they met was my uncles who were 6 feet 6, over 300 pounds of bulk, not fat. I had no issues with anyone trying to put paws on me. And neither did I. Miss Something like I sat down today and I thought about Romecka and that black eye that she had. I've never encountered anything like that of a man putting their hands on me. I'm not cut out for that, child. I ain't never been big as nothing. Well, Romecka won't that big either. I guess it ain't the size about you get beat up and all that stuff. That don't matter. But at the same time, I couldn't even imagine just laying and sleeping with somebody that beats you and give you black eyes and all that kind of stuff whenever they want to do it. Child, I had to sit and I said, Lord, I thank you. Because it could have been me. It could have been any of us. Miss Saint says, he should have turned around when he saw all that. Mm. Miss Maria says, son, you see he didn't though. Child, and the people were dragging that lady talking about how you meet a man on the internet and let him in your house around your daughter for 2 weeks and all that kind of stuff, child. It was sad. I haven't seen them come out today, dragging each other, whatever. But I heard a lot of people saying, you can voice your opinion in a situation like that. Lots of people warned her before they even got involved with each other. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. But you got to test the water for yourself. And this is what it is. So now you coming out being all sad and all that kind of stuff. Just take your loss. Let him say what he gonna say about you. As long as you know it's not true, don't even be up there trying to argue with him or defend it. I wouldn't. For what? For what? They ain't gonna stop him from talking, trying to make you look bad. And he knowing you shoot, child. Honey, I put down in that chat last night. I said he don't like her. Not doing all this. I said he don't like her. Lord, they were talking about they ain't taking baths and who ain't taking a bath. And he said he swallowed a roach and she made some cornbread. He swallowed a roach and then he talked about she cooked food and wanted him to eat it for 4 days and all that kind of child. Ooh, child. A lot of the stuff, the door, I could tell the boy was lying about a lot of the stuff. Yeah, you can, but at the same time, lady, go ahead on about your business. Let this be a lesson for you. Not that it gets to the point where you don't want to date anybody. Don't let that happen. Don't let him, do that to you. But not on the internet, honey. Not on the internet, child. Immature, immature. Maria says, Sonya, did you see Tony do Unbreak My Heart with the angel wings? It was beautiful. I'm gonna have to check that out on YouTube when I get up off of here. Um, wait, he stayed for 4 days. No, he stayed for 12 days. He stayed for 12 days at that lady house. And they only had met on the internet. He in one city and she's in another city and all that kind of stuff. He's in Chicago, but she don't live in Chicago. She said she had family in Chicago. So he said when she got there to his house that day, after she had got off work, I guess she wanted to take a shower. He told her, "You ain't about to use my towel. You ain't gonna use my towel. This only towel I got." I said, "Lord have mercy. You talk about ghetto crazy, child. He ain't never ever got to worry about me again. When I say block on all devices, he will be blocked. Uh-uh. Never. The people that we may have come across on this YouTube, if I wanted to be in their chat or whatever, if I saw him, I wouldn't go in there. I would avoid at all costs, honey. No, you done did too much. And there's nothing that you can say to me that could make me want to ever talk to you again. Miss Saint says that Maria, yes, it was. And I was watching Bobby to see if he would get out of breath, but he took breaks. No, he didn't take no break. Don't be talking about Bobby, Miss Sonya, honey. I think he's sick too. Y'all know Bobby can't move it like he used to way back in the day, Miss Sonya. Mm-mm. But honey, that quadre did a number on her, honey. It was sad, child. It was sad. People were telling her don't cry. Don't cry. Just let it go. They trying to talk some sense into him. They say he was crashing out real bad. First of all, if you ever had any dealing with Carlos, I know I wouldn't want to have dealt with you. Mm-mm. And I remember him doing a live, and he does it for his clicks and views and the super chat and super stickers and the cash apps and all that kind of stuff. I don't think he worked or whatever. But yeah, that does help your channel or whatever. But at the same time, he he will always tell the people like he has something to say pertaining to Carlos or Romecka, or if he gonna tell something that could help the case or whatever. But he don't never tell nothing, y'all. He would never tell nothing. He always somebody asked him a question and he'd be like, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. But he would never answer the question or nothing like that. And I was like, yo, dude, I mean, you just stringing the people along right about now. Um, Miss Maria says, poor Bobby, he slipped off a few times to rest. He had tremors. Ma Sweet says, I didn't know that Q was that much younger than her. Yeah, Ma Sweet, he's 29. She is 40 years old. Yes, and she's a whole registered nurse. Um, he talking about, I told her before I went down there, I want set up like that to be traveling, you know. And he did say that he said he wasn't ready for no relationship with nobody. If you ain't got no job, you can't take me to McDonald's. You can't just do nothing. He is not ready for no relationship. Now that's her fault if she wanted to pursue him, knowing that he didn't have a job. He can't do nothing for you. Here you is a whole registered nurse, and you, girl, she could have found herself in the office. Um, in the office behind all that mess that was going on this YouTube street, child. You just never know. Miss Maria says a G. He was struggling mighty, but he tried. He did a few steps, but got winded. Well, he said he can't do it like he used to, Miss Maria. That's just it. That's all. But yeah, my sweet. If I'm mistaken, I think she got a son that boy age. They're putting out there, all she want to do is have sex, backing her butt up on me and all that. I was like, this dude is doing the most, y'all. He's the good God darn boy. When I say telling all the business, he was telling all the business, y'all. All of it. Didn't hold nothing. I was like, wow. So yeah, I hope this is a lesson for her and for a lot of other females that's out here on these YouTube streets, honey. You got to be careful with these jokers, honey. Mm-mm. They be plotting against you. Holly folks was trying to get that lady license revoked. Whoa. Yeah, that's why I said we gotta keep saying Holly's name because they saying, they trying to go hard, steady coming up with lies, creating lies. Ain't got no respect for that girl's mama, her family, none of that at all. They just crazy people, y'all. They just doing the most. But I'm gonna be waiting to see what they got to say. Um, what is it? The third is this Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. This next court date. Maria says, Sonya, I was club level at the side of the stage and I could see him go sit down. Often Bobby would leave off and Johnny would come on. Miss Maria says, personally, I would never admit I had anything to do with Q. Miss Sonya says, G, click on the video that's over an hour so you can see most of the show. Okay, I will. Thank you. Um, mm-mm. But yeah, he's so immature, y'all. He took her down through there, y'all. I can't even lie. He did. It was disgusting. He's sitting there laughing, talking about I ate a roach. He said she had bed bugs. The dog had fleas, all kinds of degrading stuff, child. Ooh, mm-mm. Never ever. That was terrible. But like I said, y'all, hopefully it was a lesson learned for her. She's embarrassed now. She's good and real good embarrassed. But a lot of females been rallying around her, telling her just let it go, lesson learned, move on and take the loss, whatever it was. And it is what it is. He told me she wanted to buy him an iPhone and she spent over $700 on him. What? I wish I would. Uh, Miss Maria says, "Gee, sit down when starts, cause baby." My sweet says, "If that was true, why did he stay?" How old is her daughter? I think her daughter was like 16, if I'm not mistaken. But she said her mom lived up the street from her or something like that. But that's a total stranger you let in your house like that. And child, I don't know. He just said he had to stay in the room all day while she was at work. She was supposed to take time off from work to be there with him. And girl, I can't stand no needy nobody. Needy female or male. I can't do it, y'all. Go away, go away. But people got to learn. There's nothing wrong with being by yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. Y'all better learn to wait on the good Lord. I've been scared of that joker anyway. No, sugar, I don't know what you might be getting. No. Miss Marissa's my sweet. That's what I kept asking. Yeah, that is a good question, but that's what he said, y'all. That is what he said. Child, he should have been checking all his stuff before he went back to his home. He said she handcuffed him to the bed, laughed my ass off. You know what he said? She said he said she just wanted him to be her sex slave. All she wanted to do was have sex. And I was like, dang, he talks too much. And he never shut up. Child, he talked too much, child. You know what? I would have let him did his thing. I would have cussed him out to myself. I'd have been saying that sorry mother, you know what? That ooh child, he'd have caught it, but he wouldn't have caught it because he wouldn't have heard it. And I'd have let him say whatever he wanted to say. I wouldn't have came out, entertained him. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. But yeah, he's mad now because a lot of people he lost a lot of followers behind that. But the reason why he had the followers is because the people kept thinking that, he was real close friend with Carlos. He knows something. He's gonna tell something, and the people were just trying to see what he knew and stuff. But yeah, he's mad because he lost a lot of following, and he ain't gonna get his super chat and super sticker up. For some reason, the people were feeling sorry for him, and they were just giving him the money. Sweet says he be lying when he laughs. He's lying. I think he be lying all the time, Sweet. I never did trust that boy. 'Cause like I said, he always coming out, going live, saying he gonna say something. He don't never tell nothing. So I was like, this dude ain't about to be telling none of the business. Child, I wouldn't want. Mm-mm. First of all, I wouldn't have been up there. Never put nothing out about Romecka. I wouldn't have never said Carlos' name. Cause child, that's a dangerous game, child. You never know who's who around that place, child. Mm-mm. I ain't about to put my life on the line for nobody, and I don't want to be affiliated with no RICO charges, no Zico charges, no kind of charges, honey. I wouldn't have did it. Mm-mm. No. But yeah, y'all, shout out to the lady. Prayers up to her. Let it be a lesson learned on her behalf. This too shall pass. You know, what they say in time, it'll die down and it become irrelevant. So she just got to stay off the internet, stop entertaining him, and just leave it alone. But no doubt, y'all, I really think that lady has caught feelings for that young boy for real. I think she really caught feelings. She's sad and she's missing him. So do I think she gonna give up? No, he said she was obsessed with him. So I kind of think so too. I hope I'm wrong, and I just hope she go on about her business, honey. Child, baby, there got to be some men down in your city, wherever you at, honey. You ain't got to be that far away from no man, no long distance relationship like that. It has to be somebody. I can see maybe 2 hours away. Anything other than 2 hours, you gotta let it go. Child, move on. Move on, honey. You walk up on your man when you least expect it, child. Just keep on doing what you do. Go to work, take care of your children, however many you got, and just let it be. But I ain't got no more for y'all. Ain't got no more. Ain't got no more, child. Prayers up to Miss Dorothy. Thank you for popping in, Miss Dorothy. Love you, love you, love you so much. Prayers up to you and your entire family. Prayers for Miss Sonia's dad. Anybody else got some sick and shut in? Prayers up for y'all family as well. My sweet says, I'm not gonna call her name, but she is crazy. She is in South Carolina. Wait a minute, Miss Sonia. Miss Sonia, I ain't know that lady was in no South Carolina now, honey. I ain't know that part. No, don't call her name. Mm-mm. I'm glad you was watching though, but don't call her name, honey. But Miss Sonia says she is crazy. I don't know, Miss Sonia. I don't know them folk. I just be listening, honey. I just be listening. But yeah, shout out and prayers for everybody that's going through, got something going through. Just know that they're gonna be better days ahead. Let me tell y'all this little story that I'm getting up off of here. So there was this y'all probably seen it on YouTube where this lady was at the stoplight, y'all, and well, maybe at the stoplight. I think that's what they said. She said she was at the stoplight. She told it on another CC channel. Ooh, child. Um, so yeah, the lady was at the stoplight and she was crying. She said she was having a really hard time. And she said that it just seemed like things wasn't gonna get any better or gonna turn around for her. And she was crying. And the homeless man walked up there to her car and he told her it's gonna be all right. Told her not to cry. He said, you in better shape than I am. Look at me. And look at you. You sitting in the car. You get to drive. You got to drive. He was just telling her so many things. When we going through things in life, we tend to forget how blessed we are. We just looking at the now. What's right there, what we're dealing with, and you forget all the little things, that the great big things that you are blessed with. Long story short, the lady put on TikTok her experience and what she had, and what how the man motivated her and all that kind of stuff. She set up a GoFundMe for the man, and Lord, they raised a lot of money for that guy. Child, she told him about it. She went back to that same spot I think the next day or sometime in that week, and told the man. She told her story on TikTok, and she set up a GoFundMe, and the people wanted to help and gave him a lot of money, and he was just a hollering and laughing, child. And he did let her know, you can be here right now, going through, but don't you know your life can change within the snap of a finger? Look at all the people what they say, the last, how they say that thing? The first shall be last and the last shall be first. I think that's how it goes. Child, you just never know. Your life can change just like that, honey. Your life can change just that fast. But yes, shout out and prayers to everybody. Y'all keep y'all head up. Just know that God is a big God. Miss Marissa, thanks for dropping in on the live. We hope y'all were entertained. Until the next time, wishing y'all love, peace, and hair grease. Enjoy your day. Yeah, happy Thursday, y'all. This month is almost over with. We about to be going up into the month of March. We do have the court case for Romecka coming up again on the 3rd. So prayers up for this family. Keep saying her name. We got to keep talking about it. Keep it out there, y'all. We got to keep it out there. As far as Dro goes, I haven't seen any update pertaining to him. I think that at this point, this is just my opinion only, justice for Tyrone Davis child. I think that maybe his family them don't realize that they done put the bullet in their own foot, honey. They done told too many lies and all that kind of stuff. And the people ain't talking about it like they was talking about it. You want certain people to talk about it, then that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let certain people talk about it. And it is what it is. And they want nothing about 2 or 3 people. So if them 2 or 3 people gonna help you get that private investigator and get what you need to get done, then let it be. Because you should have came out and thanked everybody. You don't just be calling out people now. Cause everybody was shouting out justice for Dro and trying to help in any way they can. Emotions got into it, losing sleep, all that kind of stuff. The people were crying on these lives, talking about they ain't gonna give up. There will be justice for Dro and all that stuff. And I hope and pray to God that there is justice for him. But yeah, I think the family don't realize now at this point they done did too much. So it's like they what quiet on the set, honey. Quiet on the set, child. So we gotta keep our ears to the streets and see what we can hear, child. Yes, justice for Shanquilla, Tyrone, Romecka. Oh, yes, y'all. But what I know that they got Holly, but when I know that there's really justice for Romecka is when they lock Carlos up. That's for me. That's just my opinion on it. Because that mofo played a major part in it, and he needs to be held accountable for it. And you know what? Our time ain't God time. I'm out of here. I love y'all. Catch y'all on the next one. Bye.